Hello everyone, got a little treat for you today, a rusty old toolbox. Shall we have a look, see what's inside? Now it's a CK brand toolbox, cantilever toolbox, everybody's seen 9 million of these. Shall we have a look and see what's inside? Right, starting from the top. French made insulated pocket inspection mirror, because everybody needs one of these. Vintage Stanley screwdriver, bit driver with a miniature chuck. You see these used a lot in impact drivers, because impact drivers have the hex shank, so you can chuck up a drill in your impact. Quite a handy little thing. This is nice. A socket screw data chart from 6BA to 1 inch. So as you slide it across, you get the different dimensions. So for a 1/4 inch you have a 5/32 socket head, 7/16, 1/4 inch, 5/8, 3/8, 7/8, and a 1/2 inch drive. That's nice. You don't really see these very much anymore, but it's kind of a giveaway item by Umbraco, who made nuts and bolts and what have you. It's quite a nice object. Bit like a slide rule that does calculations but for socket screw sizes. I like that. Some vintage roll plugs made in England. I just like the vintage box. Packaging looks so much better. It's number 10 revised assortment, whatever that means. We have a Rabone all metal ruler. Can you see that? Rabone, made in England. Inch ruler, so good for you across the pond. Some quite fine German pliers with nice embellishment. Some wire cutters by Elliot Lucas, Electaloy, Cannock, England. They're a bit stiff at the minute. Some Stanley knives made in England, you can never have too many of them. Some RS component screwdrivers. This one looks like it's never been used. It's perfect, that's a nice little size. Another RS screwdriver, but this one has a strange tip. It's not like a normal posse. I don't know if it's been ground for something, for a certain job. Well, Super Drive number 1, that's unusual. Another pair of Elliot Lucas pliers, missing the red grips. A big Britool posse, could do with a clean. A little penknife, you always find these in toolboxes. Wonder if there's a name on it. Dickinson, I think that says. Of the bone effect handles, that's quite nice. Some spanners. I know Tool Addict Ben has recently sent a massive assortment of spanners to Jim. Some mole grips. I prefer the mole grip, much easier to release than the vice grips. Brittle Tommy bar. It's quite nice. Another Brittle. Another tiny 3-inch King Dick adjustable. A very rough King Dick auto wrench. I think it's got a bend to it as well. Might just be my eyesight, but that's a bit rough and ready. A backhoe. I know someone that likes backhoes. I think all of you know that Ben has a bit of a backhoe addiction. Well, this is a Volvo backhoe with a tyre spoon on the end. It's a bit gummed up. Needs a bit of 50-50. Opens up quite wide, considering it's only an 8-inch. I mean, let's use the tape. Inch and a quarter. That's not a bad size for a small adjustable. Now these are unusual. It's Halfords, which are in the UK. They're like a car supply shop. They sell things like car batteries and tools and radios and stuff like that. But it's made in England, so this is before Halfords tools were made in China or Taiwan, I think, wherever they made more Brittle. This is a Titco 8-point for square nuts, and it's 7/16. King Dick extension with a hole so you could put a bar through it for more torque. These are handy. This is just a cheap one marked foreign. What they're offset screwdrivers, good for getting in, putting handles on cabinets and things like that. Single flat spanner Britmo. Never heard of them. Some more spanners in the top, so we see what's under the next layer. A lovely Thor Junior rubber face mallet with the sticker. Stickers are lovely. I've got quite a few of these. If you've seen my hammer video, you'll know I quite like Thor with the rubber faces. That's nice. An old switch. Oh, listen to that. Makes a satisfying noise. Don't need it, but interesting. Super speed hacksaw blades. PTFE film. Oh, it's like the widest roll of plumbing tape I've ever seen. Look at it. It's massive. Wonder what that was used for. PTFE film, but huge. This is quite cool. Mole table clamp. Converts your mole wrench into a portable vise. Exclusively for use with genuine mole grips. What a nice vintage box. I think you'd have a hard time getting it warranted, seeing as they're not in business anymore. We'll have to have a closer look at that later, I think. A footprint style pipe wrench. What does that say? Can't read it. Czech Republic. I know somebody that collects these. Nash Rathbone, you might have heard of him. Preston, made in England, patented bender of some sort. What have we got that we can bend for a demonstration? Shouldn't really bend this, they're can snap, but there you go. That's it bending a hacksaw blade quite happily, and it's ratcheting, so it's quite easy to do. And then that's a release. There you go. That's why you don't bend hacksaw blades. It's quite a handy little tool. A girder spanner that looks like the surface of the moon. A more modern backhoe that also looks like the surface of the moon. A brittle ratchet. Which does ratchet. But it's a bit more modern. It's not quite as nice as some of the really old ones. But might do for a car toolkit or something. A big Facom of Francais. Adjustable, that's a bit seized, could do with a clean, but it's quite a big one. And probably quite expensive new. And finally, we have some Model Maker's brass rod. 4BA studding. Look at that, new in packet. That's nice. Right, that's everything in the box. I think there's some extras though. I also got this massive paintbrush, British made with a copper flange. I think this is horsehair. Don't need it, can't paint, but it's a hell of a brush. This homemade drill index, the drills are a bit rusty, but someone has made it from a billet of aluminium. It's quite heavy, and then extra holders in the middle for what would have been the regularly used bits. Could do with a clean and some nice clean drill bits in it, but that's nice. I like things people have made, especially when they've done such a good job. It's very heavy. Another drill holder. This one's a dormer, plastic. It's had a hard life, but I do like these drill holders. It's quite nice. They look better when they're filled. And finally, a vice that needs some repairs. That bar is a press fit into the casting there and it's come out. But this is a P&B made in England bench vice with base on a swivel. If I can undo it. Oh, I think it's too gummed up. But that'll be nice when it's cleaned up. Quite heavy, the basic feel. With a little anvil and a horn on the end. Right, so what I'll do next is I think I'll give you a demonstration of that table clamp. Here it is, out of the box. So you unthread this. So it fits over your bench, I imagine. Pushing in, tighten it up, then you take your mole grips, put them in, and then you've got yourself a little vice. So if you want to clamp something, just give it a squeeze and then there you go. That's quite cool, isn't it? It's a bit wobbly, but I don't know if that's because I've not tightened it down properly. I'd like to wish everyone good luck with the Scout Crafter Tool Tote Challenge. I'll be taking part probably, but woodworking is not my strong suit. So let's see what monstrosity I create. I'm sure there'll be some great entries. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.